He's fair game for you now. So.
Who wants to go first? Make the first shot.
Coach, how did your farewell address with the players go yesterday?
Went as well as, you know, it's an emotional time, of course, you know, anytime you go through that. But I explained to them the process of, you know, my decision making and why I made the decision. And, you know, it's real close to them in that way and can share that with them. And I think they understand, you know, I'm where God wants me to be. And I think they took that the right way, and we wish each other well. And like I said, it's hard to cut ties with those relationships, but those relationships are not over. You know, I'm part of their life from now on, you know, as long as we're here. So that's the thing in this game. I think, you know, in being a coach, you just build relationships that last a lifetime. So that don't mean those relationships are over with. So, but you know, I think they're excited for me too. You know, and just like I'm excited for the future for them. You know, but it's an emotional time, and like I said, it's good to get that part done and get it behind you.
What most drew you to this particular job? Was it the job, the school, the board, or the community?
I think it's everything. You know, like I said a while ago, I mean, I think when God opens a door for you, you follow that door till He shuts it. You know, a lot of times you don't understand, you know, why a door opens and why it stays open. And that's the reason, bigger than me, of why I'm here, and I'm able to submit to that. But I don't think He could put me in a better place either. You know, I think this is a great place, and I like I said, I left a great place. So it's just hard decisions, but when you leave it up to Him, He's going to put you in the right place.
When Holiday approached you about this job, what was the first thing that kind of came to your mind?
Well, I wanted to listen, you know, to what was going on, and it's been a while since I caught it with Oxford and Seymour was going on. I said I followed this program a long time, you know, in my coaching career, because I started visiting over here, you know, when I was a young coach, and just admired the place. So I think you've got a lot of support here. There's a lot of things that are exciting about Oxford to me, you know, in the coaching profession. So of course I wanted to hear, you know, more about what was going on with the future of this place. And when I found out about the future of, you know, facilities, of what was going on, and you couple that with everything that you got going on as far as a city and a town that really is behind everything that's going on about Oxford. You know, you can't beat that. So it is enticing. And like I said, I feel like it's you know, a top 10 job in Alabama right now. And I feel like when you get facilities done and, you know, continue to improve, I think it'll be the best job in Alabama. There's no doubt. So like I said, it makes it a hard decision when you feel like I'm leaving Spain Park. It is a top 10 job too. So it's tough decisions.
How soon do you expect to talk to your new players?
Today, sometime, hopefully. You know, and I'm sure, hopefully they're excited, and they excited as I am, you know, to be here. So I look forward to meeting them, and, you know, relationships form quickly. You know, I'm ready to tell them, you know, why I'm here and what the future holds, you know, for them and me as well.
So what's your message to the new team going to be?
Well, we're going to be the best we can be. You know, that's my only philosophy. I'm not going to talk about winning state championships. And it's a day-to-day basis of the way you work and be the best you can be every day, because you may not have it tomorrow. You know, I want them to be the best, you know, person, number one, they can be. Be the best athlete they can be the best student they can be the best son they can be. So that'll be my only challenge to them, and we'll lay out some things like that in that meeting. And just, like I said, just welcome them and go and tell them what I'm all about.
You said that Spain Park was the top 10 job in the state, as was this. What pushed you over the edge to come here?
I leave it up to someone else to make that decision, higher power than me. And I feel like that's why I'm here. You know, I'd hate to know I had to make a decision myself, to be honest with you, you know.
Did you talk to Josh?
I have.
About
Me and Josh are real good friends, and you know, we have talked, and we keep up with one another. And, it's I'm happy for him. I think he'll do a great job at Hoover. He's done a great job here, and look to follow, you know, just to build on what's been accomplished here by all the coaches that's been here in the tradition. So I think Josh restored a lot of that here, you know, to this program. And had a great year last year, and I think the future is bright here.
With all the coaching changes, recent coaching changes, do you think there'll be new or heightened rivalries next season?
I think so. It's gonna be some newness to it. It's, anytime you have, some change like that, there's always some excitement around what's going on. Just like when I was new at Spain Park the first year and everything. So it will be. There'll be some newness and everybody wants to see how everybody else is gonna do and what's going on. But, like I said, I think it's been some change. It's gonna be fun to keep your eye on.
If you had time to think about your coaching
The way I want to approach it, is evaluate the coaches that are here. No doubt, I think it's a great staff here. See how many of them are going to Hoover and staying here or want to stay here. And like I said, that's the way I do it every time I take a new job, is evaluate the staff there and see where they fit and if they want to be a part of the way we're going to run things. And like I said, I think that'll all work out like it's supposed to too.
Coach, do you evaluate talent in spring as far as what you're going to do with your system? Do you implement it? You have a lot of kids returning to play the Vivint system last year. How do you go about evaluating that?
Just evaluation periods, start, in the weight room and off season, and definitely spring training, through the summer 7-on-7 camps and things like that. And, some things will be similar, so, be a similar spread type offense. I'm sure there'll be some differences there, but, we're not gonna run the wishbone. I mean, the West Ridge, we're gonna run the triple every down, which I've done before. I'm not opposed to option, but, like I said, some things will be similar, some will be different, I'm sure, but, we won't be as consistent as we can be with that. But look forward to evaluating and seeing what we got and see what kind of team we're gonna have.
Kids are used to waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and working out before school and, spending an inordinate amount of time working out. I mean, how are you in that?
All season programs where it's at. I mean, I feel like it's why we played the finals this
I mean,
year.
is that same way? I mean, do you?
Same type
kids that
stuff.
show up
I gotta
before
look at
school?
the schedule structure. It's been different. I mean, different places I've been. We've been doing the morning things since probably about 1995. Type deal, but I do believe in letting the kid be a kid too. We had probably the best all-season program that I've ever been a part of last year at Spain Park, and I feel that's the reason why we played in the finals, but we actually had 2 days all year. We worked out in the morning and early, and then we had speed training and speed development in the afternoon, a soap period class. So, we're going to continue working. I'm sure that, Coach Niblett did a great job with all-season program, and he was well as we were. And I feel like what we do is as good or better than anybody else. Like I said, it's gotten into the all-seasons where you win ball games. I don't think it's anybody. Coaching in Alabama is just really good, and I've seen it in the 20 years I've been in it. You go in 5-year increments. I mean, I think it improves all the time. Because nobody does a bad job out there anymore in all-season program. I think everybody's as good, and you just got to look to get an advantage somehow and find a way to outwork somebody. But it's gotten into a year-round deal, and I believe in finding some time in there to let a kid be a kid too. I'm big on that also.
Toughest part of the transition.
I think yesterday, telling the team yesterday that, I'm going another direction, the Lord's leading me here, and, that's the toughest part. This part of the day is, it's all fresh, it's all new, it's all exciting, so it's, today, from today on will be a whole lot easier. You just, like I said, getting through yesterday and getting through that's the toughest part, I think.
Coach Gross, I know how many times you've interviewed for this job, and does it finally feel like you finally made it here? Is that, like a weight's lifted off of it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I was very, very interested in this job in '02, I believe it was. When I was at Hoover, and I took the Alabama job then, and I feel like the Lord's blessed me through those years. The last time it was open, it was really just too late for me to leave my football team at Moody that year. I was not interested at that time. But the time before when I was at Hoover, I was very much so wanted this job. And like I said, it does feel good, And like I said, as a young coach, you start out and you say, hey, that's a place like I'd like to be one day. Kind of a dream job type deal. And so it does feel good to be here. And I do feel like it's a great place to raise a family.
Spending a lot